Hey, Chris Liepe here with something a little new, at least new to me. Wouldn't be the first time I have been accused of living under a rock. I had never heard of One OK Rock until I started getting comments requesting, you should review this guy Taka from One OK Rock. He's got an incredible voice. Well, let's see how many more comments come in. Then I started getting emails, and then I got a text from a really good friend of mine, Blake McLean, has a fantastic YouTube channel. You should check it out if you haven't. He texted me, he's like, these guys are going on tour with Muse in the US soon, and they're huge in Japan, and he's got an amazing voice, and I would love to hear what you think about his voice. So I was like, okay, I've got to do it. So I've never heard this guy sing, but I've heard lots of great things about him, so I'm sure I'm not going to be let down. On this channel, I teach people how to sing. And if you like my approach, you like some of the insights I have, click the link below and check out my free voice course where I help people discover what they can really do with their voice, how to pull from influences, how to pull from the people that they really like to listen to, and take those experiments and create a real voice that you can be proud of. What an incredible state. Look at that. All those phone lights. Forgot to mention that I tend to start and stop because otherwise I forget what I want to say about the voice when I do some of these analyses and reactions. So, sorry, that's kind of the way I roll. Plus, I have a lot less chance that I'm going to run into copyright problems with YouTube's algorithm if I'm stopping regularly. So, thank you for understanding.
It's too late, not going back.
Okay, it's been a while since I've heard a new vocalist and gotten shivers the first time. Wow. I hear a little bit of Chester Bennington, that angelic sound, and then when he got into that compression on that higher, more, slightly more aggressive note, I'm really excited to see where he goes here. But wow, what an incredible tone. Do you hear how he's got this on the edge of head voice? La 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 la. He's light enough to where he can make those notes be on the very edge of his break without being awkward. In fact, it's like he's so comfortable there. He's got his airflow down, right? To where he can go, yeah! And get that neat, gritty, compressed sound, but where he can also be right on the edge of his head voice and chest voice and give you that. That's where he gets that sweet, angelic tone. Okay, I'm going to back it up just a little bit so we can get right into that chorus. Also notice his use of fry. I realize I sound nothing like him, but I'm highlighting some of these techniques so we can appreciate what he's doing here. If we can enter certain notes with that strategic use of fry, it creates this emotional connection with the listener. It's amazing how he's doing this because he's going from fry into a clean sound and then activating that compression, that lifting something heavy that I've talked about on so many other videos. Did you notice how he goes back and forth between these wonderfully clean notes and wonderfully gritty notes? This is huge because I think a lot of people who are trying to sing with distortion, I know that we tend to think about, well, if I'm going to sing with distortion, I got to be like in. It's an on or off switch. But he's clearly moving in and out of these distorted phrases in a very free way. And this not only saves your voice and helps you with vocal stamina because you're not always having to go real hard on your chords, but it also helps you be dynamic and interesting so you don't get trapped in the sort of one voice sound. This is why we like his voice so much.
They tell us we're nothing. Keep working and let me go. They are the weakest.
Right? Like right there. There are layers in his approach. And if I can help you unpack a little bit of what he's doing, I don't know, the more I know about how certain things work, the greater regard and respect I have for what they do, or what this thing does, or whatever it is. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Listen though, right here.
They are the weakest.
We could take this, just sing the notes any way we can. They are the weakest. Head voice. Now let's do chest voice. They are the weakest. Now, that's really high. If I can harness the freedom of my head voice and the girthiness of my chest voice and kind of slam them together, they are the weakest. It's going to sound like that because I'm not supporting very well and I'm singing right around where my vocal break is. However, if I can use a little bit of compression, let's lift something heavy, hold back a little bit of air as I inject more support into those notes. They are the weakest. They are the weakest. You hear how I get this sheeny, slight breakup, slight distortion. This is what he's doing. He's taking the clarity of a head voice and the girthiness of a chest voice, and he's pushing them together with the right amount of support and then adding compression. If you need more help with your support, click that link to my free course and I'll show you how to get good support. Okay, going on. I just wanted to unpack that sound. Anybody can do it. Not everybody's going to sound like this, but if we can get a little bit more understanding about how they're using these tools in their voice,
I don't even know anything to say when it will break your hearts up.
there's that fry thing again.
When you're standing on the edge, so young and hopeless, never up it is your feet.
Oh, how he went down from that heated, compressed mixed note like I was talking about, and then landed in that tender head voice note. He is blending resonances in a more artistic way than I have heard in a long time. This guy's amazing.
They're here to hold you.
Oh, did you? How he sighed out of that note. This sigh and fry relationship he has, right? Crudely demonstrated. Right? I'm sighing into this note, sighing into this high note, supported, mixed note, and then to finish it off with a sigh is just, it's a wonderful way to bookend a note. It gives you this edge on the either side of these notes, and it just reaches into you and be okay to experiment crudely with your own voice. That is the lesson here. Because though what he's doing does not sound crude, I'll bet there was a lot of crudeness that went into him getting there. Now, this is an interesting thing. With a crowd this size, the interaction is just priceless, right? It's amazing. This is also giving our lead singer a break so that he can give it his all in the last part of the song, which may be some of the areas that he's going to shine the most. Usually is, especially in larger performances like this. So it's kind of neat to think about that this kind of thing is, while awesome and spontaneous, also in a small way planned, especially if you're doing, large tours, you're recording night after night, or performing night after night. It's cool to give yourself these breaks. You can work this concept into smaller performances too.
When you're standing on the edge, so young and hopeless, never up beneath your feet, not here to hold you, 'cause we are.
It's just the perfect amount of distortion over his thin placement. And I'm not using thin in a bad way. It's perfectly, beautifully thin. He knows how to sing in these higher registers, not seeming like he's pulling his chest voice up. There's no strain whatsoever. There's freedom. There's intensity. There's engagement.
The colors in the dark, standing on the edge. We are.
There was again that fry. We are. How many of us who sing have actually thought about doing that intentionally? He's probably not thinking about it in the moment, but that doesn't matter. We can.
Never up in this illusion, 'cause we are. The colors in the dark.
Am I glad I took the request seriously? Wow. I'm going to be listening to more of this guy, and I know who I'm going to try to go see when Muse comes to my town in the US. Thank you, Blake, for suggesting this. Thank you for the lots and lots of commenters who've also suggested this. Again, if you want more help figuring out what your voice can really do, click the link below and join my free voice course. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. See you soon.